What's going on, everybody? I'm Baltmatrix, and today we are taking a look at the new Transformers crossovers with Hot Wheels, El Segundo COUPE and the GT-SCORCHER. I picked both of these figures up at the Hasbro Pulse. I like both of these. These are very cool little cars. What's really interesting to me about these guys is they are like that one and Twin Mill before them. They are completely unique molds of Hot Wheels toys, meaning that there are no realistic vehicles that these guys are modeled after. They are wholly toy cars. Taking a look at El Segundo first, I really like the look of this thing. It really reminds me of like a weird combination between a Porsche coupe and like the back of a Corvette from the 90s. I know some people are going to be very mad at me for that combination of cars, but it looks really cool. I like it a lot. Very clean undercarriage. Does come with some blast effect gimmicks. There are these blue flames that come out of the muffler. I love the wheels. I'm so glad they painted them gold. That actually works incredibly well, and it works with this gold line going along the sides. Just an overall really nice vehicle mode. Feels good in the hand too. I'm going to compare it to Twin Mill simply because they are both the Blue Boys, and it's funny because if you turn them around, they roughly have the same length in car mode. Unfortunately, Twin Mill has the robot head sticking out the bottom, where El Segundo does not. The head is actually right there, right underneath the hood. El Segundo's transformation is weird. It doesn't go exactly the way you think it will. So first off, we're going to reach underneath and unpeg the muffler and the catalytic converter, oddly enough, and this will become the figure's weapon. Then we can reach up to the sides and pop off the doors. I'm not trying to pop off the doors. I just did that on purpose because I don't know why these doors are supposed to come off. Actually, what you're supposed to do is grab the front headlights and pull them out to the side, thus freeing the arms, and you can see the fists in there, so we'll go ahead and transform them very quickly. It's very odd that, I just find it odd that these pop off. And then we could turn them so that they are facing the correct direction. And then we'll come to the front or the hood, fold that up and over and down, form the chest, come to the back, grab the windscreen and the roof, and kind of pull that up and away from the back of the vehicle mode, and just kind of leave it up here. This whole section is almost completely clear plastic, so just be aware of that. Then we're going to do the Twin Mill thing where we're going to come to the rear of the vehicle mode and flip out these panels underneath, rotate the legs or the rear of the vehicle mode out, and snap the knees into place, and then push the knees in a bit so that they're kind of laying down like that. And then we come inside and flip out the feet. This is next to impossible on my figure without a spudger. And the reason is these hinges right here are incredibly tight. Oh, okay. I got the one. Let's see if I can get the other. Oh, geez. There. Okay, got it. Yeah, on my copy, really freaking tight. I don't know if they're that tight on other reviewers' copies or on your copy. Twist the legs or the hips around, then take that backpack and fold it down and put it in place. And we're done. In terms of design, the robot mode is pretty good. I like the white and the silver and the gray with the black for the forearms. That works very well. Yeah, overall, it's not a bad robot mode. It just feels very generic. Something I do find very funny is that head sculpt kind of looks like a combination between Jazz and Cliff Jumper for some reason. Or it's a Mega Man Robot Master. I'm not sure which. But I do like it. I like the red visor on the silver face and then the blue outline. Any light piping? No, he's just got a screw in his head. Oh well. Now, if you just heard a sound, that was the panel falling off of his forearm. That is one major problem I have with this figure. These pegs for the forearm pieces are very, very shallow. So I end up just pulling them off and putting them off to the side. Can't deny that the robot mode and the whole looks pretty darn good. But again, as I said, it feels very generic. I put this in the same camp as Twin Mill. It's not bad, but it's not great either. Twin Mill was at least really unique in my eyes, especially with the alt mode. This guy feels less unique. It just feels like a Genericon or a Generabot. And I'm perfectly okay with that. It feels great in the hand, but mine has some really weird looseness issues. The looseness is specifically in the fists with the transformation. These pins are insanely loose on mine. And then the knees. The knees on mine are very loose, can't hold itself up unless I transform it incorrectly. So if I bring the backpack or the back panel up and kind of leave it pegged in and try to close this up a little bit, then the knee is nice and tight-ish, but it's not perfect. So yeah, I'm not thrilled with that. I don't know. It's just not great. Post-ability-wise, head is on a ball joint, can only look up that much, can look down that much. Shoulder is on a swivel and then a hinge. Hinge does not go very far at all. Swivel just above the elbow. Bend at the elbow is 90 degrees, no fist articulation. There is a torso swivel, but I find that you have to move the backpack up and out of the way first, and that's real tight. And then forward kick and backward kick, 90 degrees. And then the jobby patented and beautiful spread. There is a thigh swivel on the double mushroom, but every time I turn it, flakes of paint fall off. Bend at the knee is roughly 90 degrees. And then you've got the standard ankle rocker for articulation. I've got to admit, these two do look pretty good together. I like the way they look. Anyway, let's take a look at GT-SCORCHER. Of the two vehicle modes, I really like this one. It's got some really nice racing vibes. In fact, it's part of a series of figures called Group 5, and Jazz and Wheeljack's Generation 1 molds or alt modes fall into the same group, which is cool. Nice, bright red. I like it a lot, which is weird. The red part is weird because the original figure is the blue, is that color blue. So they gave El Segundo, who the original figure is silver, blue, and they gave Scorcher, whose original color was blue, red. But red works with the name Scorcher much better. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a robot head underneath, who cares? All right, transformation for this guy is pretty darn interesting. First, come to the, well, spoiler and pull it off, put it off to the side. And then this is a little weird. So first off, we're going to come to the sides and pull the front tires away, and then that will help us unpeg these sections from the mid side and slide them out. Obviously, those are the arms, so just kind of slide them out, and I like to push them down towards the bottom of the vehicle mode. Come to the back of the figure, and obviously you see a little bit of slight mistransformation, and pop the wheel wells outwards if you can, and that will then allow you to lift the rear of the vehicle mode up. With these sections open up, pull down the legs, and then come underneath where the bumper was and fold down or kind of hinge down the feet. And then we can close these back sections up. Come underneath the spoiler, and there's a, and there's a sword under here. So we'll take that sword and put that off to the side. come to what are going to be the arms and kind of push them out and then flip out the fists. Now, for the robot head, first get the legs up out of the way, take the spoiler and pull it down and hinge it underneath the hood. Bring the legs all the way forward, and then bring the head and then collapse the roof and swing it around the head like so. Come down to the feet, flip out the heels and rotate the feet. And there are these little tiny mufflers on the bottom, and they will actually peg into the tops of the feet, which is nice. I actually kind of like that. Now, this is the part of the transformation that has been problematic for me. There is a slot in the side of the spoiler, of the front spoiler, that is supposed to allow these little gray pieces to peg into. On my copy, it only works on one side. And it slots in and then comes right back out. On the other side, no matter how much I push on it, it will not go in. Then finally, for the wheels, you want to turn them towards the outside, and they will tuck in and peg into this gap in the shoulder. And there is GT-SCORCHER. Oh, we got to give him his weapons. The legs I really like. I love the black and the red with the silver, and it works very well for me. And then as you go up the figure, the white and the clear orange kind of lose me. And boy, this guy's a wide boy. He just is. But I like the head sculpt. It's nice. The figure is just so darn happy. But the problem I have with this head sculpt, and it's not the problem with the sculpt, it's the problem with the coloring. The red, while vibrant and good, you just lose it in the rest of the figure. There's nothing except this weird orange breaking it up. And there is silver painted in there on the sides of its head and the very top like a Gundam camera. Specifically what I'm referring to is that spot right there and these air intakes on the sides of his head. I might actually paint them in myself. And I'd also really consider doing something more with the chest and this plastic in the back. Maybe black would actually be a better color, or a solid black color with some red or silver highlights here on the chest. That might work a lot better than what we've got going on here. I just think that orange is just completely out of place. Overall, I think the robot mode works. I did figure out a way to get the shoulder pegged in over there, but I still have the same problem of every time I pose it, the shoulders pop out of the little spoiler that they connect into. Again, the only thing I have a problem with, or really the only thing I have a major issue with, is this clear orange plastic. I don't think it works. I don't think it works. It would have been better if it was clear blue. Posability for Scorchy Boy here. His head is on a ball joint, can not look up at all or down. Shoulders are on swivels and then hinges, and hinges at the shoulder lower. Again, just keep running into the same problem. Every time I move the shoulders, the shoulder pops out. There is torso articulation, but the kibble of the vehicle mode gets in the way. Legs can kick forward plenty 90 degrees. They can't kick back that far because of said backpack. Can kick out as a jobby, beautiful spread. Thigh swivel, bend at the knee is in two spots. It does go 90 degrees. And then there is ankle rocker, but very, very limited comparatively to the other figures. I maintain that of this line so far, Bone Shaker is the best of the figures. It's a lot of fun, love the transformation, and it's the most unique. The new guys, they're pretty cool, with GT-SCORCHER being definitely the more unique of the two, where El Segundo, a Genericon, still like it though. And Twin Mill, well, Twin Mill's just good. at the time of this review, no further figures have been announced in this line. I have a sneaky suspicion that we will see something at San Diego Comic-Con at the end of July. This is being filmed on July 20th. Again, Bone Shaker is my favorite, with the others kind of all running up in second place. So folks, I picked these figures up at the Hasbro Pulse. You can too. Just search for HOT, or just the word HOT, on the Hasbro Pulse and they'll show up. They are not the cheapest figures in the world. I'm okay with that. In terms of scale, they are a smidge shorter than a current deluxe class figure. That's fine. They feel like they've got more engineering than some of the current figures anyway, and good lord, they are definitely better than whatever this is. Okay, I know what this is. This is Hot Shot. That has been my look at El Segundo and GT-SCORCHER from the Transformers Cross Hot Wheels toy line. Please let me know what you think of the figures down in the comments. Thank you all for watching, and while you're down in the comments, let me know what you think Hasbro should release next in this subline. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all next time.